What if the person smiling at you is already dead? Not laughing, not happy, not human, just standing there, smiling. And what if that smile means one thing? You're next. This isn't just a horror story about a curse. This is a story about trauma, about guilt, about the things we refuse to confront. Because in this film, the monster doesn't chase you. It waits, and it smiles. The story follows Dr. Rose Cotter, a psychiatrist working in a hospital emergency unit. Her job is simple: listen to people in crisis. But one afternoon, a young woman is rushed into her office, terrified, shaking. She claims something is following her, something that appears as people she knows. And before it kills her, it smiles. Rose tries to calm her, tries to rationalize it. Hallucination, psychotic break, trauma response. Then suddenly, the woman stops screaming. Her body goes still. Her face relaxes, and slowly, she smiles. A wide, unnatural, empty smile. And right in front of Rose, she takes her own life. But that wasn't the end. That was the beginning. After witnessing the suicide, Rose begins to notice strange things. Patients smiling at her, strangers staring too long, people standing in the dark, grinning. At first, she blames stress, but something feels wrong, because she realizes something terrifying. Everyone who saw the last victim die eventually killed themselves in front of someone else, passing it on like a chain, like a virus, but not biological, psychological. The curse spreads through trauma, through shock, through witnessing death, and now it has attached itself to her. The entity in this story doesn't just haunt randomly. It chooses people who are already broken. Rose has a past she never dealt with. As a child, she watched her own mother die from overdose. She froze. She didn't help. She carried guilt her entire life. That guilt became silence. That silence became repression. And repression is where this monster lives. The smile isn't random. It represents suppressed pain, a mask, a forced expression hiding unbearable trauma. The monster doesn't attack physically. It forces you to relive what you avoided until you break. Rose tries to fight it logically. She researches past cases. She finds the pattern. Each victim dies exactly 1 week after witnessing the previous death. 7 days. The entity feeds on fear, on isolation, on disbelief from others. And here's the genius of the horror. No one believes her. Her fiancé thinks she's unstable. Her sister pulls away. Her coworkers doubt her sanity. And the more alone she feels, the stronger the entity becomes. Because trauma thrives in isolation. The smile appears more often, in mirrors, in crowds, in her own home. Sometimes it wears the face of someone she loves. And that's the cruelest part. It doesn't just scare her, it manipulates her emotionally. Rose discovers one possible loophole. One person survived, but not by accident. He killed someone, in front of a witness, passing the trauma forward, breaking the chain by creating a new victim. This is the darkest moral question of the film. To survive, you must traumatize someone else. You must become the monster. Rose refuses, because if she does that, the entity wins. Instead, she decides to confront her trauma, head on. She returns to her childhood home, the place where her mother died, the place where her guilt was born. The house is empty, silent, but the entity is waiting. It appears as her mother, smiling, mocking. It tells her the truth. You can't escape your mind. The monster reveals its true form, grotesque, inhuman, ancient. But here's the twist. It was never just an external demon. It was a manifestation of her unprocessed trauma. She tries to take control. She says she's not afraid anymore. And for a moment, it seems like she wins. But trauma doesn't disappear that easily. Rose returns home, calm, composed. It feels resolved. But then we see it, the smile. She was never free. Because trauma that is not healed repeats. Her ex-boyfriend finds her, and just like the first victim, she smiles and ends her life in front of him, passing it on. The chain continues. This movie isn't just about a curse. It's about generational trauma, unresolved guilt, mental health stigma, and the terrifying reality that pain spreads when it's not addressed. The smile represents society's mask. I'm fine. I'm okay. Nothing is wrong. But underneath that smile, something is breaking. And the real horror is that trauma doesn't die. It transfers, unless someone chooses to confront it. Not suppress it, not deny it, but face it. If you enjoy psychological horror that goes deeper than jump scares, subscribe to Dark Mind Cinema. Because here, we don't just explain horror, we expose the mind behind it. And remember, if someone smiles at you for no reason, look closer. You might already be marked.